that Xin Zhao, the number one prio, then you move down to Diana, especially if a lot of those AD soul laners are open, and then you're looking at Lee Sin and Olaf.
Yeah, with 10 games, I mean, that Diana just seems like the next suitable pick for IG. And then maybe what? Round out the AD carry here for Wink? What do you want to see early alongside it?
Okay. Oh, they're going to... Well, I didn't even need to answer. We're going to get the Tahm Kench right away. We have only seen support Tahm Kench so far. I'll be honest, I haven't really been a big fan of it. We've only seen one win. And, you know, JackeyLove doesn't even give the chance for Wink to take it away, instantly going towards this Draven pick. Two of our only Draven players here in the LPL, I think, alongside Huanfeng being the only other one. And this is already setting up to be a spicy game.
Oh, man, I love it. I just love that IG80 carries are all Draven mains, right? I mean, look, put Puff aside, Kalista, etc., etc. It's Wink and JackeyLove's day, and taking that away.
And Huanfeng, another IG80 carry, right?
That's very true. IG Young, we remember through the LDL. Well spotted, Lyric, is, hey, Tahm Kench is going to a solo lane. But is that TheShy's Tahm Kench?
Yep. And this is where I've wanted to see Tahm Kench, right? Because this is where you were seeing Tahm Kench a lot in solo queue. It was all about playing up towards the top lane. You are a lot more of a lane bully since a lot of these changes have come out, right? You see now your Q is able to proc the damage on your passive. Your W now having a decent amount of damage, having the knock up and the stun. So maybe we get to see how TheShy gets to do with this new revitalized Tahm Kench.
It seems a little bit risky here, Lyric, not gonna lie. We talked about TheShy's form wavering a little bit here in the opening segment, so now debuting with his third ever champion since his return back on stage. Got to look elsewhere though. Let's focus on what we're going to see in the other lanes, because we've got our support, we've got our bottom lane for top esports. A lot of solo laner bans coming through here with the Orianna against Rookie.
And it's not too surprising, right? It feels like Rookie has I wouldn't say a small champion pool, but Rookie has like he has a certain pool of champions that he goes to enable the rest of the map. So we typically see things like the Galli on the Rise coming out for Rookie, which do have those semi-globals, the Lucian to guarantee lane prio, and other champions along this line. So TES banning out the Orianna, also going to take away the Ziggs, is going to mean IG locking the Ashe in the bottom lane. So all inning with more engage.
It's the first time Wink's going to be picking up Ashe this split as well, just as a side note. So new champion down at the bottom lane, while bit of comfort here, especially for Knight. Knight on Akali. Tell me something better.
I mean, the thing is, right, this has been banned, not banned, nerfed. So it's been a champion that across the world, we've seen a lot less of. Now not being able to proc the Q on your E-dash, your R2 damage getting nerfed quite a bit, so...
We have 3 supports.
Quite interesting. QingTian, though, going towards the Aatrox is something that I think is really interesting. It has been one of his go-to picks back when he was in the LDL. He's only played it once so far this split, but when I think of QingTian back in the LDL, it was all about the Renekton and the Aatrox. And now Rookie going towards that more supportive role that we talked about earlier, right? It has been more about setting up your jungler, and that's what he's going to do here today on this Lulu.
Well, Lyric, I see 3 supports. Even though Tahm Kench we know has changed, and you know, whether we definitely call him a support anymore with the solo lane presence in solo queue and now in pro play is a different story. But what do you look at this IG comp? There's a lot of disable, there's a lot of dive potential. Like, how do you define this?
In my opinion, IG's comp is pretty much snowball or die, because you look later in the game and it's like, where's the damage coming from Hysterics?
Yep.
Ashe goes down later on. It's like, okay, well, we have Xin Zhao off. I'm not quite sure how much TheShy will be doing on top Kench. I feel like we've seen TheShy coin flip either way, where he makes some champions look like, how are you doing this much damage? I think the Ornn comes out to mind. The one series you casted against Suning, but a lot of other times TheShy obviously just falling flat on a lot of certain picks. So for IG, questioning where their damage is coming from, I feel like you need to get ahead in the early game, especially linking up through mid jungle, and then having Ashe in the bottom side, I think, is a pretty decent way of being able to contest prio up against the Draven.
God, it's going to be exciting though, seeing these picks come out in game number 1. JackeyLove on his Draven. I have very fond memories from the IG JDG Spring 2019 final, seeing the game 3 JackeyLove Draven every single time it brings it up. And Lyric, you once told me about a year ago that you prepped for JackeyLove's Draven. You prepped for Draven in the meta, and you never really got it. Well, I'm glad you're here with me today to open up the Tuesday, back fresh on the LPL Rift, to see JackeyLove versus Wink. But importantly, as we talked out, even though it is Lulu versus Akali, seeing Rookie versus Knight feels like where we get the core of this matchup.
It definitely does, right? We need to see Rookie finding an advantage in this mid lane matchup. Should be easy for him. This is very heavily Lulu favored.
Yep.
You are ranged against melee. We've hit on many times about all the trading tools that Lulu has in her kit. Her passive damage is incredibly strong, and then looking for a lot of these aggressive trades. Gonna just be able to continuously Q down. You have the polymorph if anytime Knight looks for an aggressive all-in. So Rookie should have continuous pry on that mid lane. We're gonna have to see how IG and Xun take advantage of it to find advantages over Karsa, because he's playing Olaf against Xin Zhao. This has been one of the premier matchups for the Olaf. It's really why he's come back into the meta. So we already get some action.
Lucas getting hooked in a little bit here. This is Xin Zhao who starts it off. Meanwhile, the top lane, it begins. TheShy is a little bit hungry. He started with the tongue lash here, and blue buff will just be threatened away, but Karsa will pick it up. No problem whatsoever, while TheShy returns to the lane. Already, I love it. We've just begun with a couple little skirmishes here. Now back to the lanes to start.
And I gotta be honest with you, Hysterics. Not too sure how this Tahm Kench versus Aatrox matchup goes. I would assume Tahm Kench has a very easy time of getting pressure. His Q is on, I think, a 7-second cooldown, level 1, so very easy to spam it. You do now proc your passive damage with that ability as well, so just continuously looking for a lot of his early trades. QingTian going to need to look to tether on the range with his Q.
And it feels like watching the top lane matchup will be pretty exciting. Again, just a bit of a highlight for what's on the line here today, folks, as we walk you through this early game. IG, 4-7 right now, and we wanted to bring this up because it is looking pretty devastating. 7 years in the making. They've always made playoffs, always. There has not been a split that IG has missed playoffs since 2014 summer. That was literally a lifetime ago. I can't even remember the meta in 2014, but just goes to show you that IG hitting a new slump here, and top esports, one of the hardest left in the running schedule.
I mean, IG haven't, missed playoffs since Samsung White pick singed against TSM.
Wow.
I feel like that's, enough reference that we all need. But like we just had, is Yuyanji looking for another hook?
Well, let's see. Ignite goes down onto Lucas.
Nothing hysterics.
It's just Draven flipping axes.
Yeah, but going back to that schedule point, right, both IG and top esports actually have the most series left, sitting at 5, so IG can make their way all the way up to 9.
He's walking back in, the heal burn, but Lucas is dead. Of course you die. It's a Draven. Thanks for the free adoration. Running out of mana, though. As Xun comes in with the TP backing at his side. Top esports bottom lane might actually be kaput. Rookie picks up the first kill here for Invictus Gaming. JackeyLove gets volleyed, and it's a good response TP from IG to strike back.
Yeah, what looked like a mistake coming out from IG completely turned around with that teleport from Rookie. Xun was making his way down as well, so looked like it potentially could have worked out. But like you were saying, I don't think a lot of the fault was necessarily on Lucas on the aftermath, because Wink would have gotten hooked here regardless if Lucas walked back in or not. So going in, trying to create space for his AD carry feels like off the earlier trade. IG's bot lane had to back off earlier, wait for Xun to come down, but Xun able to impact the lane, gets the Q, Rookie instantly TPing, doing a nice job with the polymorph to come out as well as the slow, and they're able to pick up a nice 2 kills for the side of IG. And this seems like a good time to remember. 2020 was the year of top esports in the LPL. It's all about top esports in JDG. In the regular split of 2020, IG 2-0 TES both times. So when it comes to this matchup, I feel like the result really could go either way, despite the fact that TS is definitely a heavy favorite coming into this one today.
I just love that we have so many narratives with this, right? We also talked about the Great Ninja War, something that was built up by the community where JackeyLove, of course, old team is Invictus Gaming, now going up against them. And he's Sasuke, guys. He's Sasuke. Lyric, I know you're not as much of a weeb as I am, but sure, you know Sasuke, right? You know Sasuke Uchiha? Yeah? Yeah, good.
Of course, Hysterics. Man, not the Naruto type of weeb, into more cultured things, but continue.
Okay, no, that's all right. You are a cultured person from knowing you. I wanted to bring us back on track, though, just into the game that we've witnessed and we've started off seeing. Knight with a pretty aggressive trade. Rookie blasts into him for a moment. Has TP.
I'm just confused why you started going into a reference. Asked me if I knew who Sasuke was, and immediately back off.
I know that you're not as much of a weeb, but I'm trying to keep it, balanced. Like, I'm trying to give you enough weeb to maybe watch Naruto one day and then maybe shift gears and go into gameplay. I accommodate you, Jordan. That's the important bit.
Whoa. As I said in rehearsal, we are not on a first name basis.
Oh, sorry.
As Knight TPing back to lane just to make sure he doesn't lose out on this wave of minions. But keep your eyes on the bottom lane so far because Xun is hovering around. Did stay right outside the edge of vision while Lucas was clearing out that control ward.
Level 5 Olaf here. Bit of damage with the Iron Spike Whip, remember, but seems like he's going to back away with top esports bottom lane respecting that. And looking at the bottom lane again, and just will be the Dragon startup here for IG. We talked about them needing momentum, Lyric, getting the snowball going. With those kills and with the Dragon, this is a good first 6 minutes.
It feels like they're hitting on their exact win conditions right now. They're playing through their pressure in both mid and bot lane. The Ashe being able to neutralize, spam those volleys, really be able to get pressure in that laning phase. Lulu, of course, going to continuously push in the 1v1 in mid. We've seen counter ganks come out bot. We've seen this Dragon go down. And with IG having a few minutes until the Rift Herald spawns, it feels like that should be another objective that IG are going to look for, right? Because IG, it's all about just snowballing this game off the lane prios that they drafted. They're going to be able to send Olaf back bot, find some kills, if not, get some pressure, bring those resets out later on and set up for a Rift Herald. So let's see if IG can make this play happen.
And he's level 6 as well, so Yuya and Jar can't stop. That's the TP. It will be a 5-man bot with Rookie making his way. JackeyLove goes down first. Thank you so much. But the Olaf joins his pursuit. TheShy down here as well as QingTian made the pursuit himself. Onto Lucas, the Infernal Chains, the knockback, a couple more hits. Yuyancha not getting the hook, and there's the Abyssal Dive. TheShy jumping back under turret, but not doing too much for now, while Lucas gets to re-engage. The Wild Growth Wing flashes away. What is going on? Knight laughing at this point as IG burn everything in the kitchen sink.
I mean, IG really are just I contest everything gaming.
Yep.
They had no reason to go back for that play. We saw Xun starting it off. They really wanted to take advantage of the window they had with Rookie being able to move first, but it sets up for Xun to go too early. The wave isn't being crashed in at the same time as we are going to see here. And Xun just going to be going in a bit too early. Actually, the wave is here, so I'm wrong on that one. TP's come out from both sides. Xun is getting hit incredibly low because he's the one tanking turret, so not syncing up with Lucas and Wink all too well. And then this gets the more confusing part, I'd say, is the Abyssal Dive coming out from TheShy.
Yeah.
They are zoning off Knight on the opposite side, but still, this isn't a team composition that has a ton of early burst, right? All of your early burst is onto your Olaf, and once he is down, you just don't have the damage to follow up on that secondary play.
You really don't. We're back to live, and TheShy's just used the Abyssal Dive once again onto QingTian. Xun is here, though. This Aatrox might be in a bit of trouble. World Ender not available. Flash burn the last play. Karsa gonna try and help out, but Xun just goes back into his ally in the Solar Flare at perfect timing. Lucas making the roam. TheShy gonna lick him to death. And Tahm Kench now in a great position. IG Lyric in a 1,500 gold lead.
And this hasn't been something that has been, you know, weird for IG. They have done a pretty good job this split of finding early game advantages. I feel like Lucas and Xun have been pretty decent about linking up and making these plays around the map. The question for IG has always been, can they hold these advantages?
Yeah.
They are going for that Rift Herald play that we set up earlier, so they understand that with their composition, they need to be in the driver's seat, and so far they're driving it home. We haven't really hit on TES much, but when it comes to TES, I feel like a lot of what you're doing is just trying to answer and defend against IG's plays and get to the point where your comp is stronger than theirs and they have no damage. As we saw what happened, right? QingTian pushing in the wave, just really nice timing coming out from TheShy with that Abyssal Dive, and then the rest of the team following up. Looks like TS really didn't expect the other members of IG to be there, but with IG's bottom lane having a window, it opened up that room from Lucas.
And we have to look at, I mentioned in the play, it's a 2k gold lead now just about. The Herald's been picked up as well. You've got a lot of lanes with CS leads coming through now. At the moment, TheShy is the one up 1,000 gold. Herald placement where here, Lyric, as Karsa tries to invade.
I'm going to pause on that real quick. Is okay, no contests coming out. Thought maybe Top Esports would want to look for it from the fact that Knight did have the ability to move, but still not exactly the power spikes that they want to be at. I really feel like you're waiting for things like the Rift Maker to come out onto Knight and QingTian to get towards that first item as well. But for IG, I feel like the only point you can really put this down is in that bottom side. TheShy does have a plate up in top lane, and he's going to continuously look for this aggressive all-in, but if you are able to unlock your Ashe from lane, you're just going to have this very easy setup of moving Wink and Lucas around, setting up with the Enchanting Crystal Arrow, and looking for these kills.
Yeah, especially with Wink and 2 items now. I can't concentrate. I'm just watching this top lane matchup continue. TheShy not really taking too much damage. The Grey health, of course, still in a great position. Tongue Lash giving him healing back now as well. As he pushes on in, you look towards mid as well. Rookie doing the same. That Herald's still going to be the biggest question. Lyric, 10 minutes now, and I'm just waiting for the next play to come through, because Dragon's in 35 seconds, and I feel like we're going to have a mythic item, or at least a first item, for a couple of people in IG too.
Yeah, it definitely looks like Wink should be pretty close to that Immortal Shield Bow. JackeyLove, though, going for the Essence Reaver build. Of course, getting the passive is very nice. It is cheaper than any mythic item coming out, so going to be able to do a lot of damage with that Spellblade passive. And I feel like IG are going to be in a pretty good spot to where they should be able to take that Drake, especially with QingTian not having any sort of TP. I'd love to see TheShy start roaming down towards bot side, but he might get punished before he gets a chance to do it.
Trouble himself. Abyssal Dive interrupted as he's knocked up, trying to take down QingTian. He's eaten him though, wants to spit him back out. The Tongue Lash flushes into the brush, but he's maneuvering around even with the World Ender. Shield coming out, but the knock up too much. Close, a bit of a nice try, but Top Esports smack him back to where he belongs.
I mean, like you said, it was close, and it's nice to finally see this Tahm Kench utilized as a lane bully the way it really feels like he's been ever since the rework came out. We've seen him so far in the support role. It doesn't really feel like he offers much now that he's not that third summoner spell, but with the consistent damage coming out from that Q, with the trades you're able to look for, with the damage even coming out from your ult like we just saw, there's a lot of windows for TK to get ahead in lane. Sure, he does go down in the end. IG pick up Dragon on the opposite side, but IG not feeling too bad about the trades coming out so far. But for TES, they're actually not that far behind in terms of gold.
Yeah, good point, right? The Akali's getting through a free laning phase. I think that's an important point. Knight versus Rookie was a huge conversation today, and with how Knight's been performing, the fact that he's up in CS, he's doing pretty well going into the Riftmaker. The Leeching Leer, not something we always see with the Akali, but this time around, those team fights you talked about, or more specifically, how Top Esports are when they get their items, makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, for TES, right, the big thing you're banking on is that you do have a really good front line coming out with Nautilus, Xin Zhao, and Aatrox. Aatrox can even try and play a flanking role. If you have vision set up already, you can bring in that deep TP, and then Knight going to be able to cause a lot of chaos in these skirmishes. So for IG, it feels like it's really going to turn into a defend the Wink comp at some point. Right now, I do believe that Xun is still the most critical member on this side. They do set the Rift Herald down bot like we talked about, going to try and get some more gold onto Wink, as well as unlock Ashe and start bringing him around the map. But for now, not going to be able to take down the turret outright. IG just going to back off, probably make their way back towards mid lane to let Rookie push out. This is... Well, they're actually hoping to cheese.
You know, with IG, there's going to be, if there's a will, there's a way. And for you, Yanja, there's definitely a way. TP in the backline, Wink is separated. There's the Shirelias. They're like, wait, we're too deep now. Crescent Guard comes out. Knight is on top of the AD carry. This is so good for Top Esports because IG is scattered to the wind. Rookie separated, but still with the wild growth as Knight gets into the backline. Lucas is separated. Karsa slowed on down. Survives for now until into the back. The depth charge slows it all down. Top Esports only get one, which could have been so much worse for IG.
IG were the ones who set up that play as well. It's so strange. They were hoping, hey, we back off. They're going to think we went for our resets. They're going to think Rookie moved back over as Knight. IG are doing it again.
How big brain is this? I'm not sure. The flash immediately for Knight, but he sure can flip Undertow. Rookie's now on the chase looking for the Glitterlands. He flashes eventually. Oh my God, it just never ends.
I'm just going to say, no,
it's a solid kill. Abyssal Dive on the spot. Doesn't get the knock up here onto QingTian. He can heal based off the World Ender's Infernal Chains. Gets the pullback, and health is now even. It doesn't end. You're right, Lyric. Good luck.
Okay, well, I'm going to pause about talking about the bot lane play right now because Karsa now is making his way up towards the top side. Doesn't look like he's going to back off. TheShy would have no flash if they decide to look for this play, but TS now respecting the fact that they don't know where Lucas is on the map. They know that IG's bot lane went for resets. They don't have any information on Xun. But I love IG being probably one of the only teams that think, hey, we just went for this brush play bot side. It didn't work. Yep. Let's double down and look for another brush play. I'm telling you, I can test everything gaming, just showing up in spades today.
It's a good name for them. I'm surprised no one's thought of it sooner, but I love it. It tells the story of Invictus Gaming wholeheartedly as Yuyancha. Angling for the hook there, but a bit shy of hitting down Rookie. A Knight with the Riftmaker as well now. Important to look at items before we get to the next Dragon, because with all the skirmishing and fighting coming through, a lot of gold being spread around, meaning that everyone now has their Mythic or their first item apart from those supports.
Oh, and even TheShy making his way towards the first item. I hope I don't butcher this pronunciation because I did Google it about a week ago. I think it's... I don't know, Hysterics, take it away.
Anathema's Chains, are you happy with that?
No, I think that's wrong.
Oh, is
Anathema. It's something like that. It's an actual word. It's actually a word that means something. But, you know, we'll move away from that since we are both
asking an Australian and an American, I don't know who else would get it right.
You know? I don't know if we are two qualified people on the English language. Is IG going to continuously go for that gold trade, right? Going to pick up the Rift Herald on the top side of the map. Gonna give JackeyLove a window to try to answer back on the bot side, get some damage on this turret. I'd love to see TS start getting vision down in the bottom side. We see right now IG are the ones who have control of the map. But I like this IG forcing tempo by dropping the Herald immediately.
Again, keeping the game going. You mentioned the momentum for IG. The gold lead has slowed down, but with this mid turret going down, opens things up, pressure builds up. 10 seconds until the Dragon. TheShy has TP, QingTian does as well. And Rookie can also join if he needs to, but it is a turret trade at the end. JackeyLove gets solo turret gold.
Yep, so we're going to even out 1-to-1 in turrets so far. Now we're going to come down to the Drake contest coming out. TS finally starting to get some control back, but look at the minimap. TheShy is using his pressure topside to move down. Can force an awkward angle, but TS realizes this because he shows on the wave.
I mean, he's a big fat catfish. He's going to get launched on. Dredge line doesn't connect. He gets knocked up, but it is a tank with Anathema's Chains as the Abyssal dive. Knocks up Karsa, this time connecting. Devoured away, sent away from his family. Karsa not an orphan anymore as they reunite, and IG still taking the fight. Karsa drops down first. There's the Paramorphous. The knockup once again after an enchant across the arrow. QingTian has to get out of there, but the undertow slows him down. And Invictus Gaming remain 5-man strong. Health bars in a good position. And TheShy being a nuisance to keep them away from Dragon.
Yeah, this Tahm Kench doing a surprising bit of damage in these skirmishes. Now getting on Soul Point feels really good for IG. I think they would have loved Infernal Soul a little bit more with still that damage issue that can pop up later on in the game. But they've done a good job at being able to control the state of the game so far. We're at the 18-minute mark, so we're going to have to start thinking about vision control on the top side and looking towards potential Baron plays coming out.
So with this top turret getting threatened down, maybe I'll save that question because it was Top Esports who wanted to start the pick on TheShy, but went very deep for it.
Yeah, Yuyancha not hitting the Q, which opens up for an opportunity to TheShy to turn back around and look for an all-in on Karsa. And like we said, having a surprising bit of burst coming out, full combo, gets Karsa to about 30% HP. The other members are able to trickle in and finish that one off. Really well done by Lucas as well to force out QingTian's flash. And IG still in a very commanding position. I assume TheShy probably using Anathema's Chains on Karsa in that one. Didn't look like he really took any damage at all in that exchange. And now TS are the ones feeling like, hey, we're falling a little bit behind. We need to be the team looking for some of these plays to get Prio back in. For TS, since they don't have control of like full-on 5v5s right now, they are going to have to rely on getting control through Knight's Akali in side lanes. We know Lulu, not a champion who really feels too comfortable sitting in a side lane. No dash, no mobility, no way to get away if Karsa and Knight go for any sort of two-man play on the bottom side.
And at the very least, while he's sitting in a side lane, sets up for the potential of vision line through the river. Vision that you talked about being a necessity. Knight is at the bottom lane right now, but has teleport, just to keep that in mind, folks. Is trying to wait for Rookie to walk into him. As for IG, I mean, what's going on here? Karsa's been found out, but it looks like he was able to escape with an audacious charge. Xun spotting him out one more time and then just backing away. A lyric further to my point. I mean, IG are just controlling the vision line down the bottom so well. It's deep into the blue side jungle. And for Top Esports, nowhere down here seems safe at the moment.
Yeah, but still, IG in a really aggressive position with taking away this red buff. No engage actually ends up coming out, but with how low bottom turret is and with the fact that TS's mainstay play would be looking towards that bottom lane, like we talked about with the Akali up against the Lulu, IG just going to hover down there, make sure Rookie can get this turret. And now Rookie and IG as a whole will be a bit unchained from the bottom side of the map, and then you could just send either Rookie down there, or now that Baron's coming, most likely will be TheShy to just try and push in and someone answer waves around that side of the map.
I also want to point out that with that turret going down, with IG who prioritized vision down there, in 2.5 minutes, Ocean Soul is an availability. Top Esports, Lyric, they have to fight for that, right?
100% right. For TS, you have no reason not to look into a contest. You're starting to get to the point where your champions are also quite strong as well, right? We have Double Gorger coming out, Riftmaker on the map.
Yep.
Essence Reaver has been there on JackeyLove for quite a while. So for TS, a lot of it comes down to the setup. Can they get that push through bot side with either the Akali or the Aatrox, get deep vision set up in enemy jungle, and then bring, oh god.
It's World Ender with a wild growth, and he's just devoured a big demon spawn. Not a solo kill, but a third kill for TheShy in game 1.
I mean, this is our first time seeing this champion top here in the LPL, and it looks like he can do everything. QingTian not having a good time. I mean, he also did pull out a pick that isn't exactly meta in the Aatrox, probably defaulting back to comfort, maybe not being too well versed in a lot of Tahm Kench matchups either, and this is going to set up for IG to turn straight onto the Baron. TheShy going for the recall because he has TP.
Tentacles arrow on top of Knight, but he's gone into the Shroud. He's bought time. Karsa can't connect as well as Knight burns the flash off a cooldown again, but the Solar Flare from Lucas and the Ragnarok, they're charging them down. TheShy has returned into the back line. Watch for him to zone off Xin Zhao, while the rest of Top Esports are in so much trouble from this licky tongue. Invictus Gaming with 5 strong yet again. Health bars low, but Top Esports lose another 2.
And now just easy reset, able to come out for IG, setting up for the Drake, which will be on the map in 1 minute. And just going back to the game holistically for IG. I mean, when you have two teams that do take every fight, right? That don't want to give up Heralds or Barons or Lulu for these skirmishes, as Rookie
he was backing, and he burned his wild growth in the process. Now for TheShy, he's gonna have to deal with 3 people, and Invictus Gaming, this has been a problem before. Abyssal Dive will be interrupted, but he's so damn tanky. Need a teleport to bring the 5th member in as he flashes away eventually. The Grey Health, how is he still alive? The Catfish lives on, and now for IG, they swayed away Top Esports, but Dragon may have just been forfeit because of Rookie.
I mean, Rookie will have TP up in time if they were able to look for a contest. The big problem is TheShy probably needs to recall. Looks like he will stay, because if TheShy recalls, he doesn't have TP, and then they definitely will have to give over Drake, but looks like IG as a whole recognizing that they're not going to be in a decent position for this, even with Rookie having TP, and they're just going to force a Baron play.
This really is as great as the Naruto episode. I got to put it out there. The Shinobi War is delivering here as off of the Dragon. They say, no, we have to contest, and IG are still smashing it down. Knight over the wall, QingTian there as well. Spotted out with a couple of wards, but Baron still being taken. 3K now going down to 2. Xin Zhao doesn't get the engage. Waiting for that smite to come through from Karsa into the back. Karsa is here for the steal, but Baron's been peeled off. Now for the fight, it's Top Esports. It's Knight in the back line, but he's been bursted. A bit of AoE while TheShy is dealing with the rest as Xin Zhao cannot turn away. Top Esports still have their front line alive, but it's chaos everywhere. Wink over the wall, wants to hit this guy, but TheShy once again frontlining, blocking. Rookie running for his life as QingTian wants to knock up, but look at this Tahm Kench. He's already done 3,500 damage. He hits Karsa. He licks him one more time. He can't be
stopped.
Rookie versus QingTian wins out for the Aatrox, but this guy is on a tear.
It just feels like nothing can deal with the Tahm Kench.
Oh my God.
You know, we were coming in saying, where's the damage up with TheShy clearly having more than enough damage because it takes so long to bring him down. He's gonna keep the chase going. I feel like QingTian probably got to a safe place. Okay, TheShy not gonna threaten any more than he needs to, but this looks like it opens up Soul for IG.
I mean, 10 seconds on Karsa, teleport in the back line, it never ends. 20 kills in 24 minutes as Lucas is now going to have to deal alongside TheShy with QingTian, but the Abyssal Dive, the zoning of the Shield of Daybreak and Shun here as well. But look, Top Esports, they'll trade their top laner's life because they're doing the Dragon. Invictus Gaming are tunneling on this one top laner who bought so much time that Top Esports were able to deny the Soul.
Yeah, in the end, I feel like TS are feeling okay with that one. But now the question is, do IG just go and force the Baron? I feel like that would be the right call, but looks like Wink needed to go for the back. IG are heading up towards the top side of the map right now. TS do have vision all around that side, so IG would need to get control first.
This is wild. This brings me back, Lyric. I feel like I truly am watching the best of top esports at IG. Whether you call this great gameplay or not, it's so much fun. Exhilarating stuff when you see these guys go head-to-head, and now in front of Baron, this is attempt technically number 3 with 10 seconds on Aatrox.
I mean, we have Enchanted Crystal Arrow and Solar Flare both up, so even if they can't get the Baron, IG definitely having the tools to turn. QingTian does not have teleport, so this will be a 5v4.
Whirling Death, but Enchanted Crystal Arrow, they're turning onto Karsa, onto the jungler to take away the smite potential, and down he goes. Once again, look at Tahm Kench in the front line as Rookie's got low. Knight trying to clean him out, Wild Growth onto himself, but meanwhile, look at this! The Draven spat out, being taken on by King of the Catfish. TheShy at full HP pretty much. Abyssal dives over the wall. He predicts QingTian and Invictus Gaming relying on their top laner once again.
And top esports are the team who looks like they have no damage. No one is hurting TheShy, and somehow TheShy just allowed to walk past all the members of TS straight to JackeyLove. Eats him instantly, and then he has nowhere to go. IG look like they're finally going to be able to close out a game against a top/middle of the pack team. They're at least going to pick up the Baron. And man, these guys must be sitting on so much gold. If it's this hard to kill TheShy right now, imagine how hard it's going to be after this back. We're going to get a replay. I feel like IG set this up really well with the fact that QingTian gave his life for that dragon. They set up the turn, Enchanted Crystal Arrow and Solar Flare come out to take on Karsa. And then I want to keep my eyes onto TheShy. Actually comes out with the Abyssal Dive. That's how he's able to traverse members like Yanja. And it just leaves JackeyLove in a really bad place. For Knight coming in, right? You have Rookie on the opposite side. He has the Wild Growth coming out, so very easily able to protect himself or Wink. And the other members of IG are all decently tanky, so Akali by herself isn't going to be able to accomplish too much. For TS, you would need, I'd say, a decently organized fight, you know, being able to peel off TheShy while Knight goes on the back.
Ooh, instant cleanse away. Nice from JackeyLove there. The separation is good too from the Draven, but top esports going to lose the turret because of it. The dive here from Invictus Gaming really skyrocketing as once again on top of Karsa, he's slowed on down the Abyssal Dive into the backline, the Solar Flare, no cleanse this time, and Licky Tongue goes at it again. I love playing Pokemon Stadium on Nintendo 64. It feels like he's getting a high score in this game number 1. As IG getting smurfed on a bit by Knight here in the middle of the fight. The Shuriken Flip already landed through, and Knight has delayed time, taken down members. Shun with a triple kill. That's a big deal, but it's only Knight left standing, Lyric, and there's a Baron buff to run it home.
I'm actually really surprised. Okay, he is, because I feel like TheShy should just continuously look for Knight, allow your other 2 members to end. That's what's going to happen. Knight not going to be able to finish this recall. IG could be able to find the end.
They're running it through mid. The Baron's there at 28 minutes in when we have 33 kills. Knight playing with favor, but I'm not sure how that worked. He kind of teleported in the end, but still.
They can't do it. They can't do it.
JackeyLove's
coming up.
Will Knight die? Flash over the wall. TheShy solo kills again.
I mean, remember, Knight is the solo kill leader in the LPL by far. Coming into this series with 26 solo kills, TheShy getting so far ahead of this game, very easily able to take him down. And okay, IG weren't able to end the game. They get an inhibitor, they get a Nexus turret off that. They're sitting 7,000 gold up. Next Dragon's up in a minute. These teams have shown that they're willing to fight for a lot less than a soul, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get more action in the meantime, but we're gonna see here a replay coming out. Tongue Lash, the W is coming out from the Akali. TheShy trying to guess where it is.
That's a weird
and
direction.
A decent outplay. Did Knight E back towards him? It kind of looked like he went over the wall, but maybe not, and just the damage coming out saves the flash available. Didn't even need the ultimate. The ultimate wasn't even back up off cooldown. And yeah, that was a merry-go-round.
It was. And now that Nautilus is eaten up, Yunja's going to die. And I feel like all I've been talking about is this Tahm Kench, but as Enchanted Crystal Arrow comes through and launches down on JackeyLove with the Solar Flare, the Abyssal Dive once again. All I'm looking at is this bloody Catfish. The last time I got Catfish, Lyric, it didn't feel pretty good either. As Abyssal Dive once again gets another knock-up. Knight is trying his hardest in the back line, but you know that game 1 in under 30 minutes belongs to Invictus Gaming.
37 kills in a 29-minute game. You wouldn't expect anything less from IG versus Top Esports.
Right to the heart of the Nexus. It delivers here with 41 kills in a 30-minute game. That's my LPL.
You know, this is our first LPL game of Tahm Kench. I have watched this champion a little bit in solo queue, so I'm gonna reserve my judgment on if it's supposed to be this overbearing and dominating every single game, or if that is just how, you know, TheShy played it and IG were able to set it up. But man, that was absolutely dirty coming out from TheShy. And Top Esports weren't able to do anything. Every time we watched a fight, what do you do as an AD carry when you can just continuously abyssal dive past the front line? TheShy never had to worry about any other member.
Look at his damage. Now, you told me when we got into the later portions of the game, it would be about protecting Wing. I think it was more like protect TheShy. And to be fair, he also protected himself. 32k
I was
damage.
going to say, I don't think TheShy is the one who needed any protecting. I feel like the members of Top Esports needed the protection.
What?
And, I mean, yeah. I'm not sure if this is how it was supposed to work out, but it did. TheShy getting so far at QingTian just getting absolutely dominated early on. TheShy always at pressure. TheShy always making use of his abilities. Again, going with that first buy. I just give up. I'm not even gonna try to pronounce.
Anathema's changed, brother. Just leave it.
I pronounced it correct earlier. But point is, he took over the match.
Anathema.
Anathema. There we go.
Okay, thank you. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm still going to use Anathema. Yeah, anyway, look, point is, first item buy came through. TheShy did well. He got Frozen Gauntlet, and then in front of Baron, there was some serious carnage going on. I want to point out as well that, you know, IG, for the first time in quite a while, we've seen them against V5, we've seen them against some of these other teams where it has been straightforward. I did feel like they had a good grasp on their win conditions and what they had to do in the early game. You talked about the snowball potential. We did see it, and we always saw tempo, especially coming out of Shoot.
I mean, they knew that they had to be the one to take control of the pace of the game, right? They had all the winning lanes. They were taking every dragon. They were looking for every Rift Herald. Yeah. They were continuously looking for those brush plays. Again, I love it. The one fails in bot lane Try Brush to think, hey, they're not going to assume we go for another one around the Raptor pit. That one almost worked out. So only IG would come up with plays like this, and it worked out in the end, because if there's any other team that's going to go toe-to-toe for everything, it is TES.
Yeah, it is. And that's why the series, I'm excited to see what Game 2 brings. If we do get Might Guy again, then I don't know what's going to happen, but hopefully Top Esports have something in the bag to bring out here, especially since they're the Akatsuki. Break, return for Game 2 after this.